This is going to be a caravan-style tournament, just to ensure the sanctity of the bubbles. There's going to be teams that are moving from one place to the other. So there's 4 teams in one location, another 4, another location, and then they move together to other places. But the interesting thing when you look at all of that, I know that's a lot of lists, and you say, well, look at Excel sheets all day. Please tell me, please condense and distill that for me. I'll just tell you one thing. There is no team playing a home game. Nobody is playing at home. And Joy, that's very interesting, because some teams will love it and some teams will hate it.
Absolutely. I fully agree with you. Somebody like Delhi would turn around and say that this is the answer to all my dreams. If this was an opportunity to do well, it was. And Mumbai would be saying that, do we really need to start off playing in places like Chennai? And also, yeah, absolutely. I think it'll suit it. And everyone, see, the only thing, like you have universal donor, which is like there, in blood groups that can give to everybody. The only ground that everyone's happy to go to is Bangalore. Everyone is turning around and saying, yeah, we got some games in Bangalore.
Except Bangalore.
Except Bangalore.
Except Bangalore, who has a negative win-loss record there, Harsha.
Yes, they do. But thank God he was talking about universal donor and went very quickly to blood groups. I was wondering where Joy in his 70s wisdom was headed now. But when in those good old days, when the IPL used to be played 7 home games, 7 on the road, Mumbai made it a fortress. It said we won't use that word, remember? All those years ago. We're back to talking about fortresses.
You've broken the pact in the first 5 minutes. Well done.
There you go. But there is no pact now because there is no home ground. But Jaipur was a fortress. Mumbai was a fortress. Kolkata wrote volumes on fortresses and the ideology of fortresses as well. But now there is nothing like that. So the home advantage is gone, and it'll affect some teams, as you say. But Bangalore is a strange one with a negative home away record, largely because of their endovers problems.
Yeah, you'd think that perhaps that's going to be better this year for them, the fact that they're not playing. But we'll get to the teams one by one. But I think the one thing that's clear, Bangalore definitely not unhappy. Yes, of course, they'll miss their fans, but there were going to be no fans in the stadium anyway. So there is no loss really there for them. So they're not going to miss playing away from the Chinnaswamy. And Delhi's not going to mind playing away from Delhi, but that's pretty much like everyone from Delhi. They just want to get away from Delhi. So that's fine. I mean, we have one person here who hasn't managed to get away. We've got one person here who's managed to get away. So we can tell you the Stockholm syndrome that happens with Delhi.
They want to play all their home games in Goa? Because I'm told everybody from Delhi goes to Goa these days.
That's right. In fact, they can just buy 14 villas and make a stadium out of that, right? Which they are doing anyway.
Right? No, wait a minute. That stadium is now moved to the Maldives.
Oh, yes, of course.
I actually believe that the Maldives is just an Instagram backdrop.